Hey guys, what's up? Inzektor BBG101 here with a deck profile for y'all on my #1 favorite deck in the game, Inzektors. So, let's just hop straight into the deck profile. Of course, we have one copy of Dragonfly and one copy of Hornet, one copy of Gigamantis, your Searcher, 3 copies of Inzektor Centipede, a card that makes special summoning Xyz summons, as well as your searches with Centipede and Dragonfly much easier, 3 copies of Ladybug, and the last main decked Inzektor, we have 1 copy of Hopper. It's a good beat stick. It's a card that you can use to equip something like Hornet, and it's also able to make you attack directly with one of your monsters, as well as giving you a search in the event that you have equipped a Centipede. Your other monsters in the main deck are basically hand traps and monster foolish burials, such as 2 Armageddon Knight and 1 Mathematician. And then the hand traps you run are 2 copies of Max C and 2 copies of Effect Veiler. Because, you know, all that rogue, all those other decks that Veiler's just too good against Monarchs. As for the spells, we have 3 copies of Pot of Duality. It's just so good for consistency not to run. 3 copies of Mask Change Second. The reason why I play 3, even though I only play 2 Dark Law in the extra deck, is because I simply just want to see this card, and I have plenty of discard outlets. Say if I draw into one of them, it's not really a brick, so to speak. I play 2 copies of Insect Imitation. Works well with Maxi as well, since Maxi is a level 2. So bring out Centipede or Dragonfly using it. Allows you to get your searches or your special summons. 2 copies of Twin Twister. Just go ahead and pop your own back row and you plus. It's so good. And then your 1-ups, playing 1 copy of Inzektor Sword Excalibur. Whenever it's into the grave, you target 1 Inzektor monster in your graveyard, and you add it back to your hand, which is mandatory. But while equipped, that monster that's equipped to gains 800 attack and defense. Of course, you have your Foolish Burial. I don't know why you wouldn't run that. And Raigeki. As for your traps, playing 3 copies of Powerful Rebirth. It's so much better than cards like Call the Haunted and Oasis of Dragon Souls, because when are you ever going to bring back a monster that's above level 4 in this deck? Because, I mean, there's pretty much just Inzektor Gigamantis for that, and you don't revive it. You just don't. You just equip it, and the monster that it's equipped to, its original type becomes 2400, so it may as well be Gigamantis on its own. But no. The reason why I like that is because it states when that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. It's not like Call the Haunted, in which whenever this card itself is destroyed, that monster is also destroyed. Its level is also increased by 1, so it helps with Xyz plays for certain events, especially with the Abyss Dweller, I guess. That's probably the most common Xyz monster I go to into the deck that's among the rank 4s. And though it's kind of negligible, I mean, the monster also gains 100 attack and defense. A personal favorite card in the game in general is Quaking Mirror Force. It's great against virtually every single deck that I've ever faced. It's good against PK Fire, Pure Burning Abyss. It's good against Monarchs. Well, honestly, it's semi-okay against Monarchs. It just helps stall them completely. Although it's freaking amazing against Cosmos. It allows me to target their big ships with cards like with Hornet. And it also helps with the Abyss Dweller plays as well, because that way now I can just pop all their stuff while they're stunned, because the monsters can't be flipped back face up. The 2 Trap Hole cards I play are Void and Time Space Trap Hole, and the last 3 cards of the main deck are Solemn Warning and 2 copies of Solemn Strike. It's actually 41 cards, but I couldn't find any cards that were worth cutting down to make it 40. So, well, if you can't find consistency in 40 cards, find it in more. I mean, hey, do what you gotta do. So, for the extra deck, you play 3 rank 3s, Ghost Trick Alucard, number 20 Giga Brilliant, and Levier the Sea Dragon. The reason why I play number 20 Giga Brilliant is actually because of a card in the side deck, which I'll be getting to soon enough. For your rank 4 toolbox, you only play 4 rank 4s, Ragna Zero, Abyss Dweller as previously mentioned, 2 good not to run, Trap Tricks Rafflesia, and 1 copy of Castell. For your rank 5s, once again, play 4 rank 5s in this case. Shark Fortress, Artifact Rindal, number 61 Volcasaurus, and Inzektor Exostag. Combination with any of them as well. Of course, you gotta have Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger. of course, as we all know, works best with Volcasaurus. Other than that, like I said before, running 2 copies of Dark Law. And then basically just for side decking purposes, I play 1 copy of Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Moving on to the side deck, I play 4 monsters, which are 2 copies of Flying Sea. It's good against any Xyz-based deck outside of Pepe, I guess, because they can just use Pendulum Sorcerer and plus off of that. Though, I mean, otherwise against decks like PK Fire, especially good against Burning Abyss, because, well, they can't really get past that so easily without getting rid of it. 2 copies of Cyber Dragon. The reason why I play this over a card like System Down, even against Cosmos, as good as System Down is, I like the rank 5 synergy, and I also like having a beat stick like Chimera Tech that's at least 2,000 attack. So between those 2 details, in my opinion, it justifies running that over a card like System Down. I also run 3 copies of Imperial Iron Wall. Why would I banish them anyways? I don't want them to be banished, is the whole point of running cards like this. From there, 2 cards like Stygian Dirge also work against PK Fire and Burning Abyss. It just completely shuts them down, as well as any other Xyz-based deck. Against Monarchs, have 2 Mask of Restricts. Against virtually any matchup in general, other than the Mirror Match or any other basic rogue deck, you're going to have Rivalry of the Warlords. A combination I find fun to do, especially against decks like PK Fire and Burning Abyss, is whenever they summon a monster, summon this to the side of their field. If they only control a Burning Abyss monster, say Graph or Seer or even Skarm, just special summon this to their side of the field. Oh, well, look at that, their monsters are destroyed, let's flip Rivalry of the Warlords. Now they can only control insects. So that really proves to be complicated for them, so they have to get rid of 2 cards at that point if they really want to play. Especially because if it's pure Burning Abyss, if they have 2 Burning Abyss monsters face up that are level 3, of course they're going to be Fiends. They can't go into Dante at that point because Dante is a warrior. And last but not least, I play 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill. The reason why I choose Breakthrough Skill is fairly simple. Rogue and Monarchs. Monarchs specifically, Majesty's Fiend. This deck absolutely straight up loses to Majesty's Fiend because you can't use your monster effects. At that point, you have to rely on getting something like either Raigeki, which you do still have cards like Pop Duality to help you get closer to that. And in addition to that, you pretty much just, well, you have Raigeki and you have Excalibur to help you overpower, and that's pretty much it for the main deck. So, other than that, you have to rely on cards like Mask of Restrict, and during your turn, if Breakthrough Skill is in your graveyard, you can banish it, target Majesty's Fiend, and then make your plays. Other than that, you're pretty much locked down, so you absolutely need to run it, or else you'll just auto lose. Hate to say it, but that's the truth. So, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a great day. Subscribe.